Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and this time I'm going to be showing you how I make a two-part silicone mold. Now this is actually the first time I'm doing this. This is going to be for a school project of mine. I am taking a mold making class, so I just wanted to show I guess the process of me doing this for the first time, and hopefully it comes out as a success. But here we have the silicone mold. It's a two-part, like I said. This is part A, this is part B. I believe it's from Smooth On brand. And so I'm gonna be using that. I'm gonna be using some oil-based clay. I think this is plastina, I'm not sure, but it's just oil-based clay. I'm gonna be using that for when I start making the first half of the mold. I have these boards right here. I'm just gonna bring up one. As you see, I'm gonna use one of these, like 4 of these boards to kind of make like a little border or a little, I guess, grid or something, so that our walls or whatever, so that the mold doesn't, you know, go everywhere. And for what I'm gonna be making a mold of, I actually went out and grabbed one of my old little sculptures. If y'all remember this is a little Spider-Man I made. It was based off the Ultimate Spider-Man video game, so if y'all remember this, again, this is from one of my older videos. I'm gonna be using this and making a mold of it. And I haven't quite decided what materials I was gonna use to cast in the mold, but I was thinking either plaster or maybe even using a new I guess rubber casting that I found on Amazon. But I'm still thinking about it, and I think that's about it. I'm also gonna be using gloves. I think you should be wearing gloves. I'm gonna be using these cups right here for, you know, to measure, you know, the amounts. I have some stirring sticks. You know, I just found these off Amazon. You can find them too. They're pretty cheap. And I'm gonna be using a release mold. It's also from Smooth On. It's a universal release mold, and so I'm gonna be using that. And so yeah, let's get right to it. Real quick, just a couple things I wanted to add. I forgot to say. So with the release mold, at least from what my my professor has told us for my mold making class, is that when you're pouring the first part of the mold, you want to use about 3 sprays of this. I think you spray it, you let it sit for like 5 to 6 minutes, if I remember correctly. Spray it again, just do that, you know, for like 3 layers. Then you put on the first part, and then when you're done with that, you flip it around. And after the silicone cured, you take the clay off, you do the other side. But before you do that, you spray this with 4 extra coats, just so that when the second part of the silicone mold is curing, it doesn't bond with the first part. Also, what I'm also gonna be using for the oil-based clay is just to kind of seal up some parts, so that when the mold is, you know, being poured, it doesn't leak out of certain areas, you know. So I'm just gonna be using the clay to seal up certain spots. And so yeah, I believe that's everything. I'm gonna be doing this in my garage because it is a messy process. And so yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, welcome back, guys, and here we have sort of the results. Now, as you can see, there are like 5 different results, and each one comes with like a flaw or just something. As you can see, 3 of them have their legs fall, and for pretty much every single Spider-Man casting, the limbs always came off, the arms and legs. It was always at the same point too, at the knees and at the elbows. They always broke off. I think that's just because the plaster is very brittle, and you know, I guess I don't know, it just needs more time to cure. But you know, I mean I super glued all of them, but they still kind of fell apart. So I just been so busy, I haven't had time to really go back and super glue them again. But you know, I guess I show you the ones that like I feel is the best one, and so I think I would say this one is the best one. It's still missing fingers, but this hand came out pretty decent. There's this big gash. So you know, I'm still not the best at casting, obviously you can tell, but I think that these definitely came out pretty good. Or this one at least came out pretty good. There's this seam line, but I'm afraid to try and, you know, fix it because I don't want this to just fall apart. But yeah, it really captured the detail very, very well. Oh, well, there goes. Okay, so only one is fixed, but as you can see with Spider-Man, like with the Spider-Man sculpture I made, so you can see, like, yeah, I mean the detail's pretty much there. Like it has. You know, it has all the detail captured, you know, even down to the back. So this came out pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with how this came out. The plaster is also very, very smooth. It's very brittle, but it's very smooth, and so I don't know. I kind of just like the texture of this. So if I ever make bigger sculptures, I'm thinking about using plaster for those because I just like the texture of it. And as for the so I mean, as you can see, I mean, throughout, if you saw in the video, let me move the camera back so you can see. So as you can see, you know, here's the mold. It's probably bigger than it should have been. I think because as you can see where the feet are, I think I should have cut it off so that was like maybe somewhere around here, that way I didn't use so much material. But you know, it's fine. I mean, as you can see, there it is. I mean, I used the whole chunk of it, but yeah, so I mean, it came out to a pretty good mold. I tried to do the thing where, you know, what are they called? What are they called? Keys? No, not keys. I don't know. But basically the parts where they're like the little bumps and holes, that way when you put it together, it kind of helps keep it locked together. I tried putting those, and unfortunately, you know, even though I put on like 4 release sprays, it's still fused together, so I had to cut it up. But I mean, as you can see, the Spider-Man characters, they still came out really good. Here's some of the from the pore spouts, you know, just show that off. But yeah, so I mean, overall, this came out pretty good. I mean, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show you all the casting. I'm thinking about casting this guy in a different material, but maybe somewhere down the line. I mean, I've just been so busy with school. I haven't been active lately, and I haven't been able to do a lot of my own sculptures. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, no. So, you know, I mean, I'll probably cast this guy in a different type of material, but that's gonna be way later down the line. But yeah, so I just wanted to show this off. This is gonna be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and see you on the next video. Oh, and be sure to follow my Instagram, Giovanni Arts Collectibles. I post pictures of my sculptures there and everything. Y'all should really check it out. I mean, I keep it up there so that y'all can look at it. So I appreciate it if y'all at least checked it out. But anyways, see you on the next video. Bye.